Do you believe your son deserved to die? You wanted to tell the truth.
How exposed are we?
Let's make sure he never talks again.
Everybody's just always trying to make me disappear, and I'm tired of hiding.
You're a liar, and so was your son.
Have you come to arrest me?
Please send help. I just heard gunshots.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Your Honor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Your Honor Season 2, Episode 10, the season finale. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. And man, it's finally over, y'all. Do y'all believe we're going to get a Season 3? Based off this ending, you can kind of tell they want us, set it up for a Season 3 if they end up getting that, okay to do it. But your boy Michael Desiato, he's definitely done, in my opinion. I know Bryan Cranston, he was talking about this was the final season. So we're going to see what Showtime wants to do. We know Season 1, that was supposed to be the only season. It was a limited series, but it ended up getting good numbers. So they decided to bring it back. But I don't know if they're going to do the same thing for Season 2 and give us that Season 3. But if they do, you already know I'm going to support the show and give you guys the recaps. But let's begin, man. What did we see in this episode 10, titled Part 20? The description of the episode reads, Michael exposes shocking information that impacts everyone. A startling revelation pushes Fia to make a life-altering decision. Big Mo proposes a deal with Jimmy Baxter. Gina manipulates her father Carmine to make a move of her own. Season finale. So those are the key elements of this episode, man. Your girl Lee, she went into that courtroom and she was like Michael Jordan. She was going to make sure she got that victory no matter what. And that's exactly what she ended up doing. It was crazy because I just knew your boy Eugene was going to get screwed over, just like he got screwed over last season and just like his brother got screwed over. But luckily, he was able to walk out of there a free man, or a free 16-year-old, right? And he's going to be in witness protection based on what we saw in this episode. Now, the episode starts out with Michael. He's having a conversation with Fia and Elizabeth. They're talking about Adam, and we see that baseball from Season 1. And once I saw this, I'm like, okay, they're definitely going to dig into this. This is going to be a key element of the episode, and it was. And once Michael was talking to Fia about it, I knew it was just a matter of time before she found out the truth behind everything. Now, we get to Gina in her pops Carmine, and she's like, man, Jimmy ain't doing what he's supposed to do. I want to run things. I want to take over. But we know Pops is like, nope, you can't do that. We know females don't run the organization. And Gina, she's like, hell nah. We make the rules. And y'all already know that was motive for her to go ahead and set up her Pops later on in the episode. Now, we get to Big Mo, and she wants to sell the club to Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? She's like, look, y'all can have the club. I'll sell it to y'all, but I want to deal my drugs in the area. Jimmy is like, nah, I'm good. I reject your offer. And I knew once he did this, I knew Gina was going to find out. And when she found out, I knew she was going to be pissed off. Now, we get to Michael and he's looking at his grandson. And he knew this was probably going to be the last time that he's going to be able to see his grandson. Because going to court, that truth will be revealed. Now, right before court, the judge, he is having a conversation with Lee and the prosecutor. And he's telling her, look, you cannot ask certain questions. He is pretty much putting the handicap on her. She has to find ways around, questions to get, the answers that she wants, because he's not going to allow her to say and ask these things. If she does, he is talking about throwing her out, whatever. So now she has to figure out what she's going to do. And she did a brilliant job, in my opinion, by setting up, questions and getting Michael to answer those questions. That way she can get down to what she really wants to do. Remember, she just wanted Michael to go out there and just lie. But since he's not going to lie, now she has to go in a little bit deeper and expose what's really going on with law enforcement. The prosecution, he's pissed off. He ain't trying to hear it. So she has to figure out different ways to get what she wants. She asks Michael about Eugene. If he saw Eugene the night that Adam was, killed or whatever, he says yes. He pretty much, says Eugene was the one that did it. And then she goes into, well, was that the first time you saw him? Because how did you know within seconds that was Eugene? Which Michael reveals the truth that he's seen Eugene before that anyway, right? And then they talk about the baseball, how Eugene got that baseball. And we know Kofi was the one that gave Eugene that baseball. And Kofi took that baseball from whose car? Michael's car. And once they realized the dates was different from the day that Kofi stole the car to the date that Rocco got killed, they knew that Kofi could not have been the one that hit and killed Rocco, right? And once that was revealed, Michael told them, like, look, Adam was the one that was driving the car, not me. So now everybody knows that Adam Desiato was the one that hit and killed Rocco, and Michael basically covered it up. And Fia, she's pissed off. She's like, really? She couldn't believe it. And I was waiting for this moment for her to see the truth. But Michael, he kept his word. He said, look, I am not about to lie. I am going to tell everyone what really went down. And that's exactly what he did. He just wanted to get it off his chest. And I'm pretty sure he felt relieved or whatever. But y'all know Fia was pissed off. So she goes back to his spot. She gets all of her things. Of course, she's, calling him crazy. She says his son ain't nothing. I mean, Michael knew this was going to happen. He's telling her he did not mean to hurt her, and he was just trying to protect her from all of this. The sad thing is, Fia doesn't even know that her family knew about this the whole time, and it was keeping it from her. And we know she learns about that later on in the episode. But she goes back home, she hugs her father, and everything seems good. Your girl Gina, she was pissed off. She didn't like that Fia ran to her pops and gave him a hug and not her. Fia don't mess with you. She ain't never gonna mess with you because you're fake and phony and you're always trying to control her. And Gina knows this is the truth. Now, they're trying to figure out if they need to take out Michael. And y'all know Jimmy, he's reasonable. He's like, nah, I don't think we should be doing that. I need to figure out what we need to do right now. I mean, Michael never said anything that's, incriminating the Baxter family. So we need to just sit back and wait. Your boy Jimmy had me cracking up. He told Carmine to shut the hell up. And I know he couldn't wait to say that. Now, Michael and Elizabeth, they have a conversation about everything. And he tells her the truth. He's like, yeah, he tried to protect his son. He pretty much broke the law. He lied. He did all these different things. She tells him, look, I'm not mad at you. You did whatever you had to do to protect Adam. And she was cool with it, right? Now, we get to Nancy. She pops up and she tells him, look, I'm not here to arrest you, but I am here to protect you because this man could have been taken out just like that. Knowing how the Baxter's been moving, y'all saw what they was talking about. Luckily, that did not happen in this episode. Now, we get to the next day in court and it's time for your girl Lee to go ahead and dissect them once again. But she brings Eugene to the stand and we know Eugene talks about his family and he's like, look, they ain't just children. They all have names, right? And once he said that, it had the whole court kind of shook or whatever and feeling real sad. So they end up taking like a recess. Michael goes outside and he tells her like, look, you need to go ahead and talk about, what happened with Eugene's family when he came to court, when Michael had his moms in court. And we know she ended up getting off because of what? Dirty law enforcement. And Michael was not playing around about that. But we know he asked Eugene some questions about what they, eat and stuff like that, his pops. And Eugene revealed that, they ain't really been eating nothing. Pickle juice, nothing too much, cereal, whatever. And long story short, we know that Eugene's family, they ain't used that gas in about 7 weeks or whatever. They couldn't cook. So it wasn't no reason for them to, of course, make food. They had to go out and get food. So that reveals that whoever did the investigation on their house, which was law enforcement, which was the guy Cusack that's connected to the Baxter family, he did this intentionally and it was all dirty, right? And once that was revealed, Fia, she got up and walked out because her pops told her it was a gas fire. And now she knows that this dude was straight up lying and they was the one that did it. So once that happened, we know Eugene, he was able to tell Michael that he was sorry, whatever. And, we know Eugene did not want to kill Adam. That's just facts. He didn't want to do it. Michael already knew this. He's like, look, man, I know you didn't want to do it. I mean, it's no, he don't basically have no bad feelings towards Eugene. He didn't want nothing bad to happen to him. So it's understandable. He was trying to take out Carlo and Michael knew this. And deep down inside, Michael blames himself for what happened to Adam. As he told Jimmy Baxter, he wished he would have just confessed and said he did it. That way, Adam could be living his life right now. But hey, it is what it is. Now, Fia goes back to her family and she's pissed off. She's like, look, how y'all gonna take out this family and these innocent kids? Like, that's completely messed up. Y'all are sick. And she basically doesn't want anything to do with them. She's trying to get her kid, but they're like, look, we can't let you have him right now. You're not in the right state of mind. So she ends up storming off. Now, Olivia decides to get Eugene a deal, especially seeing the corruption within the police department, and she wants to help him out, right? So they're talking about, him being able to be released tomorrow. And I'm looking like, man, Eugene finally got a good one because I just knew he was going to get screwed over. I just had that feeling he was not about to get any type of, I guess, happy endings, if that's what you want to call it, just based on what we've seen from him in the past. But hopefully things can go well for him. He's been through a lot. I'm just glad that he was able to survive and he was finally able to get a victory without anything coming his way. Now, your girl Lee goes back to the judge and the prosecutor. She's like, look, the U.S. attorneys, they're taking over and this is pretty much done. And she was just giving them a statement. The judge is talking about you can't do that. Well, yes, she can. She just giving you information. Your boy Eugene gonna be all right. Now, Big Mo, she goes and she meets up with Gina, and I knew she was gonna do this. I knew she was gonna tell her, like, look, you know, your husband pretty much declined the offer to, you know, buy my club. And y'all know Gina, she want that club. She want Big Mo off this block. And once she got the details that Jimmy declined the offer, she said, you know what? I'm going to handle this myself. This is the last straw. I got to get rid of him. So she goes and tell her pops that, you know, Jimmy is blaming her for what happened to those kids with the whole gas thing. And that Jimmy is basically going to confess to everything. Y'all know Jimmy, he ain't about to be no snitch. He ain't about to confess to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not, at least in my opinion. Jimmy is walking through the hall. He's pissed off. Carmine Conti's like, oh, okay, I'm going to handle it. And that's exactly what he thought he was going to do. Telling Jimmy you was never a part of this family. You know, hit him with 2 shots. But come on, Carmine, you are OG. You know better than this. You got to finish the job. You don't do nothing like this and, you know, walk off. You got to make sure this man is out of here. And I guess he made a mistake. And now he's screwed, in my opinion. Now, your girl Gina, she set all of this up. This is like a 2-for-1 deal, kill 2 birds with 1 stone deal that she thought she had. She's, you know, snitching on her pops. That way, he can't control stuff and she can run things the way she wants to run it without hearing his mouth. And at the end of the episode, we see Carlo and Gina making the deal with Big Mo. She's going to be able to deal around the area, just not, you know, dealing on that same street. So it seems like things are cool with them, but it also seems like Big Mo had something else in store. I mean, as long as they ain't beefing, I think it's good. They both can take advantage of business. Now we see Michael, he throws the ball into the water and that ball, man, it opened up, you know, a can of worms and it helped, I guess, your boy Eugene get off. And of course, we know Michael, he has to prepare to get locked back up once again. And then we see Lee and Olivia and they telling Eugene like, look, this is it. We know he has to change his name. He will be going to witness protection. But as I told y'all, at least he finally got a W. And, you know, hopefully he can start over fresh. We know he will still be going through some things mentally. But hey, he doesn't have to worry about being locked up for all those years that they had over his head. And then we get to your boy No Neck Charlie. We ain't forgot about you. You lucky none of your dirt was brought up. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, he was able to get up out of that. He did help Michael out when, you know, he needed help with the car. And Michael never told him about the details of this car until Charlie found out himself, and he was pissed. But still, Charlie can never be trusted, seeing that he knew information about Robin and, you know, the dirt that was going on within law enforcement, which at the end of the day, we know Charlie is definitely a part of, in my opinion. Now, your boy Carmine Conti, look at him. He's sad, he's sick, and now Olivia, she did walk in there. I want to know what she's going to, you know, try to talk to him about. Probably trying to continue to get more information and try to take down Gina if she's able to. But at least she got him. Now, Fia, she goes to the priest. And of course, she's talking about all the stuff that just happened with her family. And she ain't liking it, man. Now, they end up talking. He gives her some advice. And, you know, they talk about heaven, if it's real and all that stuff. And then we see her give her baby up to the priest. He takes the baby to a family, which lets us know that Fia has adopted little Rocco. And man, your girl Fia, let's just be honest, she did not have a good episode. The truth, it destroyed her. And now she feels like she has nothing else. I mean, her family, they criminals. She doesn't like what they've done. She doesn't like your boy Michael. And we see her crying. A lot of you guys was thinking that she was going to off herself, but she didn't. I mean, if they do a season 3, what's going to be next for your girl Fia? And then we get to the end of the episode, and Gina, she's feeling like she's conquered everything. She's got rid of her pops, she's got rid of Jimmy, and she's feel like she's won. And of course, she has the club that Big Mo sold to her. And we see your boy Carlo, who at the end of the day, I know a lot of people wanted to see him go, but if we be 100% honest, Carlo only did what his mom told him to do when it comes to Kofi. He only did that because she told him that Kofi was the one that took out Rocco. So he was just doing what he had to do, but still, he need to watch himself because his mom, she gonna mess around and get that boy smoked. And then we see Big Mo, she's happy as well because, of course, of the beef, it, can be officially over, at least as of right now. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see what they're gonna do if we do end up getting that season 3. We see Jimmy, he opened up his eyes. I told y'all Carmine Conti, he an amateur. He didn't finish the job. And y'all know Jimmy, he gonna raise hell once he's able to get up. And your girl Gina, it's over for her in my opinion. And at the end of the episode, we see Lee. She drives Michael back to prison. He has to go and serve his time. Remember, he confessed to covering up what happened with Adam and, him taking out Rocco. So he gonna do his time, and he really doesn't give a damn. He just wanted to get that off his chest, and, hopefully he can start over. But as I told y'all, if we somehow, some way get a season 3, I can't see Michael in it or whatever. I mean, like I told y'all, Bryan Cranston, he pretty much stated that this was it for him. The way they ended the season, you can kind of tell that they wanted to end it in the way for them to do a season 3 if they get that okay. At least that's what I am thinking. But we're going to see what Showtime, ends up doing. I told y'all either way it goes, if they bring it back, I will support the show. And I will say this, season 2 was a solid season. But back in season 1, I got way more support for the show with my recaps. I believe like a lot more people watched it or whatever. So if they do a season 3, hopefully they promote it, way better than they did, because a lot of people was, trying to catch on to the show. A lot of people didn't see, the prior season. And the big thing was, I believe it was like a 2-year break. So even though I was getting more support in season 1, a lot of people kind of fell off because it's been 2 years until they brought the show back. So if they bring it back for a season 3, they got to be quick with it. You know what I'm saying? We can't be waiting for all, that hype of the show to die down, because if that's the case, you ain't gonna have a lot of people supporting the show. So hopefully that does change. But I want to thank you guys for all the love that you showed me for Your Honor season 2. I want to thank Showtime for giving your boy an opportunity to do some promo stuff for this season. Like I said, man, it was a solid season. And if they do a season 3, you already know I'm going to be here for it. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.